Good morning. Today we are going to work on the Chapter 7 review. You'll have 2 days to do this, so make sure you take your time. If you have questions, of course, ask. Make sure you watch this video to review, and after you're done watching this video, go into your textbook and review the lessons because you have 2 days to do this, and I think there's around 27 questions. So if you want to do like half one day and half the next, it's up to you. Just remember by Friday to make up all the work you're missing for the week. Everything's on Classroom. And that's about it. Okay, so let's start going over these. So you'll have these problems here, all real easy, just taking the square root of the number. Remember, there's two square roots. There's a positive and a negative. Okay, so let me go over a couple here that I saw that I think you're going to ask questions about. Okay, so the first one you might ask about is here. It's an order of operations problem. Do not do 15 minus 4 first. That's not the order of operations. Order of operations is first, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division from left to right, and then addition and subtraction from left to right. So first thing we're going to do, exponent and roots are kind of like the same thing. So what you're going to do is first take the square root of 36, which you all know is 6. You still want to make sure you don't subtract first. That's last. Now you're going to do 4 times 6, and then you're going to do 15 minus whatever 4 times 6 is. Okay, so you'll see that in the work today. I think it's number 4. Another question you might have is where you need to find square root like this. So you can't find the square root of 54. It's irrational. Can't find the square root of 6. It's irrational. So what you want to do is when you see one like this where it's like a fraction and you can't take the square roots, either the answer would just be irrational or you try to simplify it first. So I'm going to do 54 divided by 6. Remember, you can use calculators. I'm sure you know that's 9. Okay, and then the square root of 9. If it asks for 2 answers, you're going to put positive 3 and negative 3. If it asks for 1 answer, you're just going to put 3. Okay? The next thing I want to review are cubes. Remember, cubes are what number times itself 3 times, okay, equals 64. So it's what number to the third power equals 64. Now, with cubes, you can have positives and you can have negatives because a negative number times a negative number times a negative number is going to give you a negative. So you can have negatives underneath. In square roots, you cannot. Okay, there's only one answer for these because you can have a positive answer and you can have a negative answer. So you're trying to figure out what number times itself 3 times equals 64. So if you don't have a calculator that does cubed roots, you can play around with some numbers. Obviously, it's not 5 because 5 times 5 times 5 is 125, so it has to be less. So I'm going to guess 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. So the cubed root of 64 is 4. Now, what happens here? We have negative 64. So obviously it's negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4 equals negative 64. So therefore the answer is negative 4. I'll leave my phone out of the way. All right. The last thing you're going to see on the chapter review that we haven't done in a while is the repeating decimals. These are rational. Anything repeating is rational because you know what comes next. It's 0.36, 0.36, 0.36, 0.36 till infinity. Okay, so they want you to write this as a fraction to prove that it's rational because as you did last week on the reflection, you guys were great with that. You wrote that rational numbers can be written as fractions. So here we go. 36 over, remember this? If it has 1 digit, you're going to put 1 9. If it has 2 digits, you'll put 2 9s. If it has 3 digits, you'll put 3 9s. Now, this is where you're going to find some trouble. You must reduce your answers to lowest terms. You must simplify the fractions. If you try to put this in, it's going to mark it wrong, and then you're going to email me and say, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So hopefully you're watching this video. So you're going to reduce this to lowest terms. So think of a number that goes into 36 and 99. So think about that for a minute, and I'll wait while you're thinking. How about 3? Okay. let's see. There might be even a larger number. Actually, 9 is the number that goes into both, but I'll show you how to simplify in case you forgot. So I know 9 is actually the answer, but let me just show you what happens if you just put 3. Okay, so 36 divided by 3 is 12. 99 divided by 3 is 33. And you could see that 3 still goes into both. So it's going to be 4 and 11. Okay. Now let me just show you if you knew that it was 9 right away. I don't know why I didn't do that, but you never know. Okay, so if you knew that 9 goes into both, you would just divide both by 9, and you get the same answer. Some of you might even have calculators that simplify for you, but it's good to practice this because I'll tell you that when you go to high school, they're going to want all their answers fully simplified. So it's good to know how to simplify. So like I said, even if you're not sure what the largest number is, like 9 is obviously the greatest common factor of 36 and 99, but you can always like break it down to what you know and you'll still get to the same answer. Okay, so make sure you do that when you do your repeating decimals. Just make sure you simplify your answers. And remember, if it's 2-digit, it goes over 99. If it's 1-digit, let me give one more example of that. Like, for example, I think you have this one on there, maybe. Give this one. No, I lied. What is it? Oh, I know what it is. It's this. Okay. So you're going to see this probably in your chapter review. So you're going to write. Okay, you leave this alone, obviously. That's a whole number. I'm just going to put this over 9. Now, don't put it into the computer like that. Just simplify it. What's the greatest common factor of 6 and 9? 3. So I divide both by 3, and I get. Okay, so make sure you reduce your fractions. Otherwise, when you put them in, you're going to mark them wrong. Sometimes you can't reduce, but you'll see. Okay, so you have 2 days to do that. Any questions? You can always email me, and make sure you use the textbook to review everything. Okay, I'll talk to you on Friday. We'll have a new assignment. Otherwise, you have 2 days to do this. Okay, bye.